YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We are here on College Football 25 in our Coordinator to Legend Dynasty Save. We are currently the head coach at Wyoming. We are in week 12 of 2027. 2 games left. So what we'll do is we'll play the 2 games. We'll go through the recruiting stuff at the week or the bye week after our final game, and then that'll probably be the episode. Leave the off-season stuff for next episode, so it might be a little bit of a shorter one here for this series. But without further ado, we're gonna hop in and play a really good 7-3 UConn team. We do have some recruits that are on campus as well. Another rainy game here in Wyoming. We get the ball to start the first quarter. We're going to go ahead and give it to McIver, and he is going to get nowhere on the draw. Draw plays normally don't work very well. I don't know why I still ran the draw, but I did, so that's that. Lelos only had 5 carries last week. Got hurt early in the game, and just did not get any other opportunities. So we're going to go ahead and hit Stevenson, and that's going to be a first down. Caden Anderson has done okay. He was much better last year, I feel like. With turnover issues as of late. In sim, obviously I've thrown a couple as well, but in sim he's been pretty poor taking care of the ball. McIver gets the bounce just out to the outside. He's going to pick up the first down. Nice little 1-2 punch here in the backfield with Lelos and McIver. Lelos is the faster of the two. However, McIver has better acceleration, so they both play very differently. So like that, you saw Lelos pretty slow to begin with, but then he takes it into gear and he's way faster than McIver. But McIver gets to his top speed a lot faster than Lelos. So that's the two-headed monster that we deal with. We're gonna throw one deep, and it's just gonna be out of reach. Corner did a really good job of running with that route with Brantley. Go right back to another screen here. Only had one guy out in front. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. See if we're going to be able to run the ball here in this situation. Lelos is tired though, which is not ideal. Going to bounce it out to the outside. Back into the inside. Picks up the first down and more. He's going to get down to the 13-yard line. Taking a lot of clock off, which isn't a terrible idea. The only thing that I have to remember is that there are recruits on campus, so I can't just completely run the full clock off and only win 7-0 because our offense in sim is not very good. But winning the game obviously is the most important. We are already bowl eligible with 8 wins. As Lelos walks into the end zone, touchdown. Cowboys.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down.
We're on here defensively, 3rd and 6. We'll play action.
Gonna take a shot at this DB.
What was that? He's in perfect position to make a play, and he just stopped running. Alright, well, let's move past that, I guess. Lelos gets the ball, 2nd and 7. Just don't get how that wasn't an interception. Get up in the end zone, he gets pulled back. Brantley couldn't quite fight over the end zone line. That just means that Lelos is going to steal a touchdown as he just walks in. Touchdown, Cowboys. You really got to make sure our defense plays well today. Looks like they did get a stop, which is a great start, obviously.
The Cowboys line it up with a first
As I said before, UConn is a really solid team, 83 overall. McIver is not going to get there. You saw the difference in speed there for sure. But UConn Independent School still 7-3 in their independent schedule, which is impressive as Lelos gets in for his third touchdown of the game. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2-minute drill. We get to hop in on offense. I've been pretty porous in these situations across all of the series here on this game. As of late, turning the ball over a lot in these situations. So let's see if we can turn that tide just a little bit. Great route by McIver to start. Got a minute and 20 left. Break that first tackle because our left tackle wasn't able to get out there and make a block, but it's going to bring up a third down.
Offense breaks the huddle on third down. From the gun,
Just 0 time. We're going to have to punt. Hopefully our defense keeps them from the end zone.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game.
Just a horrendous job by our offensive line.
We'll try to pin them back.
Our 2 short routes didn't even get turned around yet before we were getting sacked. Great punt though, down at the 10-yard line. It's going to make it pretty tough for them to go down and get points before the half. Still 21-10.
Field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Anderson will throw.
Lelos with enough blockers out in front is going to juke back into the inside and get down to the 12. Caden Anderson has thrown another pick in sim. As I said, he's been pretty brutal with that as of late. But we are on the verge of going up 28-10, which gets us set up for the blowout win for the recruits. As I was babbling, we had Richards and an end around get down to the 2-yard line. Lelos is going to find the end zone for the 4th time today. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that is going to get us up 18. Looks like they're going for it on 4th down, and they end up scoring a touchdown on 4th and 8. Down to 10. The lead is what I was going for. Lalo is down to the 1 yet again, looking for his 5th rushing touchdown of the day. Not going to get it there. I would guess that McIver comes in here. Lalo's is a little tired. 3rd and goal. McIver's going to fight his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. As the Huskies go get back-to-back long touchdown plays to make it 31-34.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Going up top on 1st down.
Caden Anderson's terrible. Caden Anderson's terrible. We are now losing this game. This is insane. Minute 33 though. Just need to get into the end zone. I'm going to start with the screen pass. Number 79 just blocks. Number 16 makes the tackle. They're still running probably.
It certainly hasn't been a career day for the quarterback. He's thrown a couple of picks, hasn't thrown for a touchdown.
Stevenson needs to win this. They're in a cover 2 though. He does run right by him though. Caden Anderson with a dot. We're going to get down to the 1, which is perfectly fine. I can't believe that this game is this close.
So lucky that was not a touchdown. The offense saw an opportunity to take a chance and take a shot. They executed that play beautifully.
Guyver walks into the end zone, touchdown Wyoming. Defense just needs to get a stop here, and I accidentally simmed it. Oh, if I would have lost that game, I would have been so mad. They scored 28 in the fourth quarter, all on just huge pass plays. Just insane work. Well, I was saying that it didn't need to be a blowout, we just needed to win, but my lord, 311, he only missed 10 completions. Granted, I threw about 7 screens while I was in the game, so. But 2 picks by Caden Anderson, 0 touchdowns. Lelos, 4 touchdowns. McIver had a lot more carries than Lelos did today. He scored 2 touchdowns. Them combined ran for about 124 yards. So on the ground was solid. Stevenson, 96 yards on 4 catches. No touchdowns for anybody here, but a lot of sharing the ball around. Through the air today. Defensively, we didn't do a dang thing. 6 for Bowman. Bryant had 5. Hayden, Fuller, and Fasano had 4. 1 tackle for loss. 1 sack by Bowman. No interceptions, and a boatload of passing yards given up. What'd they throw for? They even rushed for more yards than we did. 26 for 141. Passing yards 319, so it wasn't crazy, but they just threw way more. I mean, they touchdowns. Look at, he was 11 of 23 with 5 touchdowns. Mountain West finale. This is a huge game when it comes down to the conference title game. We're both 6-1 in the conference. They went 0-4 in their non-conference schedule. I just find it kind of funny. It has nothing to do with anything, really. And when taking care of business in the conference, the winner gets a bid into the college football playoff. Good Lord. The Mountain West championship game. We can go ahead and show the standings really quick. We are the top 2 here. So it really depends on the tiebreaker with Utah State, too, on whoever loses. But just do your job, win the game, and you're in the conference title game. First thing we get to hop into after our defense gets a stop is a first quarter drive. See if we can set the tone here. Lelos gets 9 yards, and apparently we already had the ball as well. Didn't realize that, but here we are. Guyver is going to pick up the first down, and not a whole lot more than that. If you're new to the series, this is pretty par for the course on how we call plays. We just don't trust Caden Anderson. I've been lucky enough to recruit some pretty good running backs. So I really try to just play to our strengths. Our O-line's not terrible run blocking wise, pass blocking wise they're atrocious. So again, just really playing to our strengths and how I recruit. I typically take blue shots if you watch like the Piper series. I take more shots with that particular team just because it's built a little bit differently than this one. But if you watch this series and you watch the relegation series, which is also on the channel, you'll see that we run the ball a lot on both of those just because we don't have a quarterback in which takes care of the ball, really. So we rely on running the ball, running a lot of screen passes, all those things happen at a pretty high rate in those 2 series. Oh, what a juke by Lelos. And this is why we give him the ball in space, and that's going to be a late hit. It might be the first time I've seen that when I've been playing this game, which I've played it quite a bit. What a great run by Lelos off of the screen. This is a read option, but I have zero want to keep the ball with Anderson. So we're going to go ahead and give it to Lelos. It's going to be stuffed. Even in this situation, I don't know if I really trust Anderson to make a good throw. But he does. Pretty porous defense by New Mexico, but we're in the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Red zone alert. Defense looked to either get a quick 3-and-out or a turnover to give us pretty good field position here. We're still in the first quarter, 7-0. Diver gonna search his way through, picks up 2 yards. Gonna go ahead, go to the air, Rodgers. Richards with the catch, gets the first down to the 4-yard line. Lelos cannot break the tackle of the middle linebacker. I'm going to go ahead and give it to him again after a 4-touchdown performance last week. He gets into the end zone for touchdown number 1 of the week. Touchdown, Cowboys. As we go up 14 to now 7 because our defense cannot stop anybody through the air. Lelos set up again. However, the D tackle destroyed our center or whoever.
And the Cowboys moving quickly to the line.
Yeah, that's fine.
They'll push it back 5 yards.
Wouldn't let me run the same play again, so.
The officials also they will take the penalty. And the defense
That's frustrating. All right, let's see if Richard can get outside. Use his speed. And he can. He's going to dance his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Defense, yet again, not getting a stop when we need them to get a stop. Not really a need, I guess. It just.
Back to the air one more time. Setting up the screen.
Shador with a catch out of the backfield and picks up the first down with a pretty nice juke move. And I mean, there you go. Again, you see the depth we have at the running back room.
Come to the line with a new set of downs. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter.
The diver picks up 5. We're gonna go ahead and shoot clock here. Late in the second quarter. I don't trust the motion timing, so we're just going to go ahead and snap it. Lelos puts his foot in the ground, gets into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cowboys. Lelos is just a touchdown horde. He just gets them all the time. Going to go ahead, get it to him on the screen, but all 3 guys missed that particular guy on the blocks there. Pretty disappointing, but that's where we're at. We're going to go ahead and take a shot to the end zone. No good. Forgot we started shoot clock on.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Oh, that might be picked. That guy fooled me bad. We're going to just go ahead and kick the field goal. Go up 31-14 here in the first half. Really good half of football, scoring 31 points. Yeah, New Mexico just really doesn't have much of an answer offensively or defensively, really. Lelos untouched into the end zone for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, Cowboys, as the route is now on. And we do have another recruit in the building today. Lelos picks up the first down. He has 127 yards today. They end up getting into the end zone 41-21.
Trying to pick up a first down.
3rd and 5 here with just over 3.5 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter. I've never ran this play before, and yeah, we just have 0 time with our offensive line to try to run that play. Boy.
So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And this will be
Gets
a
up,
bit of a challenge.
should be good, and it is. 44-21. They're going to go for it on 4th down, turn it over.
Looking for a productive
Up
play on
23,
first down.
I probably could have just continued to sim it, but with the fact that it's going to be already a short video, I want to try to give as much gameplay as possible. It's really where I'm going from there. This will probably be the last drive, especially if we punch it in the end zone.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's on their side.
Could have probably bounced that out to
Down here,
the
he's able to
outside.
pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Ready up.
It's going to get us a 2-minute timeout.
Take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
44-21 here in the Mountain West finale. This is a team that could possibly turn around and face us again in the conference championship game.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is
Yeah, I don't know about all that. But we'll see how that happens. We took care of business today, and that's all we needed to do. And then we just see who we're going to come out playing. It could be Utah State, could be New Mexico. I think there's one more with only 2 losses as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Lelos gets into the end zone for his 4th touchdown in back-to-back weeks. What a game by the freshman. And they go down and score a late touchdown. 50-28. Dropping 50 points is kind of crazy. Yeah, just no chance. No chance at all for the New Mexico Lobos today, as Lelos 141 and 4 touchdowns. Again, as the guy has been unreal. Kane Anderson took care of the ball today, didn't throw it around a whole lot, but took care of the ball, which is what we need. MacGyver even averaged 3.2, 7.8 average with 4 touchdowns. Receiving wise, nothing crazy. Again, spreading it out a lot. 3 catches for a lot of players. Tackle-wise, again, not a whole lot happening. Herring and Kane, 6. 5 for McAllister, Bryant with 4, and then a host of 3. Tackles for loss, 0. We did have 2 sacks by Bowman again. The senior is our best player. We did get 4 interceptions today. 1 for Herring, 1 for Vanover, 1 for Kane, and 1 for McAllister. Just a great showing by the defense after a poor showing last week. All right, we are here, college football, good Lord, conference championship week. As you see, we do play in New Mexico. I don't know if they had the tiebreaker. They must have had the tiebreaker over Utah State. So we get to play in New Mexico back-to-back weeks. On the recruiting front, I did sim one more week than the bye week, just because I knew that some of these guys were going to make decisions. And because of our defensive botch in week 12 against UConn, we end up losing these 2 4-star gems, which is very disappointing. So we're going to put them down here. Now, the one nice thing is Teron Puckett. He decommitted, and we end up getting a 99 speed, 96 excel player to throw in the slot. I'm super excited to see him play. It might be one of the reasons we stick around at Wyoming, to be 100% honest with you. So obviously those 2 4-star offensive linemen are just an absolute bummer not to get. This free safety is looking more and more like we're not going to get him either. which is just insane to me. We just don't have we don't have the grades. They get a week 16 visit for some reason. So it's looking like we're not going to be able to get Eric Cornell either, which is a huge bummer. But looking elsewhere, Titus Whitehead, who is an agile guy, so going to be on the offensive line. I don't think he has crazy strength, so it wouldn't be like a D-tackle idea. Way ahead on this elusive back here, way ahead on the scrambler. And we are in a really big battle right now with Iowa for C.J. Crubb, who is a power back, which will probably, honestly, be moved to fullback. We do have commits, a 5-star run stopper. We got Tyron Puckett, as we talked about. We got a 4-star pass coverage linebacker. We got another athlete run stopper who's a 4-star. We got a 3-star corner who's a gem with 92 speed, so that's going to bolster this secondary a little bit. And then we have 88 strength D tackle, who's a 3-star gem as well. We have a few guys that we lost out on, as you can see here, 4 stars. Guys, I just want to check their development trait realistically. Well, we weren't bringing in a 35 class. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking up my board with them, but we're not going to get all 35 of them, I don't think, unless we go crazy in the transfer portal. Then you have some athletes down here that we really just want to get on the team and then see what happens going from there. So that's an update on recruiting. Not a whole lot of things are changing, but that's where we're at. We haven't had a recruiting update in a long time, so I figured I would pop in and show you. I'm gonna put these hours on some of the guys, and then we'll get into the championship this week as well. All right, we're here about to hop into the game, and as you can see, we're ranked number 12. We win this, we might be in the college football playoff. Would be kind of crazy, to be 100% honest with you. Managed staff, I'm going to keep these two, mainly because they're big motivators, but they are starting to grow into the tactician as well as the recruiting tree as well. So, yeah, I'm super excited to keep them on staff moving forward. First thing we hop into here is offense. We are down at the 1-yard line here. Going to rely on the running game to give us some space. Why? No, I don't want that.
The game makes it 2nd and medium.
All right.
The throw, it's Anderson.
Can't even get a screen pass off. Crazy.
Fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing the screen pass.
They're only giving you 3 plays as suggestions. It's crazy.
Quickly and can snip it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. Gotta make sure it hits.
And we drop it.
For this play to work.
Tight window. Stevenson drops it though. Not ideal at all.
Looking to flip the field here.
They almost block it without even trying.
Not what they were looking for.
Oh, that's crazy. Out at the 46-yard line, defense needs to step up big. We're gonna hop into this defensive
Third down play coming up.
defensive moment. What a hit! Knocks the ball free. They're gonna have to punt it back to us. We get another first quarter drive here. We're at the 6-yard line this time, so. Their special teams are doing a great job of keeping us from having good field position. And you can tell that it's affecting us because we're not scoring, especially when we just dropped 50 on these guys just over a week ago. So we're going to go ahead and get McIver. He's going to juke inside. We can pick up a block. Does he have the speed to get to the end zone? He's not. They're going to be able to use that angle to get to him, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds, but not after a huge game put in the field, and also making it to a point where we should be able to get points here on this drive. Laylo's not a whole lot working for him there. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get this wide receiver screen in. hit Godwin, get Godwin a touch. That's going to be a pick. Oh! Thought we could get it to him before that guy got there, but clearly not. Oh, boy. Third and 4 here. Start of the second quarter. Still 0-0. And that's going to change. New Mexico takes the lead. This is not a good look here for the number 12 ranked Wyoming Cowboys at home in the conference championship game against a team they just beat very handedly not even 2 weeks ago. So really gotta settle in here. We turn it over on downs. This is just not a good look.
By the time this offense gets going, it's a 1st and 10. Fire! To the air, it's Anderson. Receiver makes the grab.
Get down to the 1-yard line. Should just finish this off with those. Tie the game up. Hasn't been the greatest first halves, but we're tied up. That's all we can really ask for after the start that we've had. The mistakes that we've made.
So now from the 29, it's 3rd down and
3rd and 5. Just over 2 minutes left here. Lelos with a great juke move to get down to the 11-yard line. We are looking to score here before the half.
Execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the 1st down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because you can throw the screen around.
We're going to hit Richards underneath. We're just going to pick up 5 or 6. Make it second and pretty manageable. They are giving a lot of cushion in the middle of the field, which is allowing us to hit crossing route after crossing route. Richard into the end zone. We take the lead before half. There's a lot of things happening down at that end of the field, which I don't like. It is 14-14. They do have the ball in position to score yet again. And that's going to be a touchdown. Oh my goodness, our defense is terrible. Offense goes and scores. We get the ball back. We are down by 1. Did we miss an extra point? Diver's going to pick up the 1st down. This is kind of insane that this is this close. They came to play today, which is a good sign for them. But we just need to be better. I don't get what the big difference was between two weeks ago and now. Well, Lelos doesn't even need me to control it because what a time for the controller to die. But he gets into the end zone. We changed batteries and we get the ball back. It is 26-21, just over 3 minutes left. After this play, we need to get chew clock on as we go to close this game out. I just don't trust. I don't trust it, but we're gonna go with it anyway. And it worked. So Caden goes over 300 yards. We're gonna get it to the 2-minute timeout. We're up by 5. We need another 1st down probably in order to be in the field goal range. And last week, 2 weeks ago, when we played them, they couldn't stop our run game. So we need to do the same thing this week, essentially, is what I was getting at. And not going to do it that way. 3rd and 8. Do we throw it?
trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as
Can throw a screen. It's a pretty low risk.
Make something happen on the
Clock's probably still going to be running, so
It's a screen pass complete to the running back.
low risk, high reward with the fact that we just picked up the first down, and that is going to do it. Way closer than we anticipated, way closer than we wanted to, just for the committee itself making a decision to put us in there or not. But it's where we're at. That is where we are at. So, Mountain West champs, a pretty ugly one, but like I said, we got the job done. 23 of 42 with only 54% completion. Well, two touchdowns, 2 picks for Caden Anderson. We only ran the ball 18 times. We got to run the ball more. I don't understand why we don't. Richard and Brantley both had above 70 and a touchdown. Again, spreading the love a lot through the air, actually. That's the one thing Caden Anderson does well, especially in sim. McAllister had 8 tackles, Boyles with 7, 4 for a host of guys down here. Tackles for loss, we end up getting a total of 5. We get no sacks, and we do get 2 picks again off of the same guy we picked off 4 times 2 weeks ago. So, Mountain West champs, let's see if we get a bid into the college football playoff. All right, and that is going to be the episode. We are going to leave a little cliffhanger here in Week 16 to see if we get a bid to the college football playoff or not. And then, depending on what that looks like, that will decide on how next video looks. We'd either be going through the college football playoffs or we're going to play our bowl game and then get through the offseason into the following year. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, drop a comment. I saw a comment on one of my previous videos, so please, again, if you're watching, just leave a comment, really anything, to make sure that I know that the comment settings are still working. I greatly appreciate the support. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.